Welcome back to my channel Knowledge Chronicle.
Have you ever wondered how your gender was decided even before you were born? What really determines if a baby will be a boy or a girl? Is it the mother, the father, or something entirely different? Today, we'll uncover the fascinating science behind sex determination, a concept that puzzled scientists for decades. From humans and insects to birds and even honeybees, nature has crafted some truly mind-blowing mechanisms to decide the sex of an organism. So, let's dive deep into the world of chromosomes, gametes, and genetics. The story begins in 1891, when a scientist named Henking was studying sperm formation in insects. While observing spermatogenesis, the process by which sperm cells are formed, he noticed something strange. In half of the sperm cells, there was an extra nuclear structure. The other half didn't have it. Curious, he named it the X-body, but he didn't know what it was. Later scientists figured out that this X-body was actually a chromosome now called the X chromosome. And this discovery was revolutionary. It revealed for the first time that sex could be determined genetically using chromosomes. From this point onward, scientists began to unlock the mysteries of chromosomal sex determination, laying the foundation of modern genetics. So type sex determination, for example, grasshopper. In many insects like grasshoppers, the mechanism of sex determination is called the XO type. Here's how it works. Females have two X chromosomes, XX. Males have only one X chromosome X, and the other chromosome is missing. So they are called XO, where O stands for absence of a second sex chromosome. All eggs produced by females carry one X chromosome. However, male sperms are of two types. 50% carry an X chromosome, 50% carry no sex chromosome O. Now, when an egg is fertilized by a sperm carrying an X chromosome, the result is XX, which means female. An egg fertilized by a sperm with no X, it becomes XO, which means male. So the presence or absence of the second X determines the sex of the offspring in this case. The XY system is the one you and I are most familiar with, seen in humans, Drosophila fruit flies, and other mammals. Let's break this down. Both males and females have the same number of chromosomes, 23 pairs in humans. Out of these, 22 pairs are autosomes, non-sex chromosomes. The 23rd pair is the sex chromosome pair. In females, sex chromosomes equal XX. They are homogametic, meaning all eggs they produce have the same X chromosome. In males, sex chromosomes equal XY. They are heterogametic, producing two types of sperms, 50% with X chromosome and 50% with Y chromosome. So what decides the baby's gender? If a sperm with X fertilizes the egg, which always has an X, the result is XX, which means female. If a sperm with Y fertilizes the egg, the result is XY, which means male. So it's the father's sperm, not the mother, that determines the sex of the child. Important note. In many societies, women are unfairly blamed for having daughters, but scientifically, the sex is entirely determined by the father's sperm. This is a biological fact, and it's time we all understood and respected it. Now let's flip the script. In birds, the mechanism is ZW type, which is female heterogamety. That means males are ZZ, they have two similar sex chromosomes. Females are ZW, they have two different sex chromosomes. Here, it's the female that produces two types of gametes, one carrying a Z, one carrying a W. Males produce only one kind of sperm with a Z chromosome. So, Z egg plus Z sperm equals ZZ, which means a male chick. W egg plus Z sperm equals ZW, which means a female chick. Hence in birds, the egg decides the sex, not the sperm, completely opposite to humans. Isn't that fascinating? Male versus female heterogamety. Let's summarize the two systems. Male heterogamety. Males produce different types of gametes, XO or XY types, seen in humans, Drosophila, and grasshoppers. Female heterogamety. Females produce different types of gametes, ZW type, seen in birds, some reptiles, and butterflies. This distinction is key to understanding how different species evolved different ways to determine sex. Determination in honeybees. Haplodiploidy. Now let's explore one of the most unique systems found in honeybees. It's called haplodiploid sex determination. Here's how it works. Female workers and queens develop from fertilized eggs. They are diploid with 32 chromosomes. Male drones develop from unfertilized eggs. They are haploid with 16 chromosomes. That's right, males have no father. They come from eggs that didn't even meet a sperm. Some cool facts. Males produce sperm by mitosis, unlike other organisms where meiosis is involved. Males cannot have sons because they don't contribute their chromosomes to another male, but they can have grandsons through their daughters. This is why honeybees are such a super-organized and complex society. Even their genetics are optimized for efficiency. So, to wrap it all up, Henking's discovery of the X-body led to the foundation of genetic sex determination. XO-type is seen in insects like grasshoppers. XY type is seen in humans, fruit flies, and mammals, where sperm decides the sex. ZW type, in contrast, is seen in birds, where eggs decide the sex. And honeybees have their own unique haplodiploid system based on chromosome number. Each system shows us how evolution has crafted different ways to solve the same problem, how to balance the sexes and maintain genetic diversity. The science of sex determination isn't just about gender. It's about chromosomes, biology, evolution, and deep natural design. If you found this video informative and interesting, then let us know in the comments. What surprised you the most? Your one like, share, and subscribe will help us create more valuable content. See you in the next episode, right here on Knowledge Chronicle.